As a consultant or an entrepreneur, you probably already invoice for services and do not require any help with preparing invoices to submit to clients. If you do need some assistance, QuickBooks is useful software that can manage your finances as well as prepare invoices for clients. It also keeps track of how much money individual clients owe you for legal services. Clients frequently write checks to attorneys for their services, and payments for your invoices will often come from client accounts at the law firm. In these cases, the attorney or his law firm will pay your bills when you submit them. But sometimes the clients or the client's company will directly pay your invoices. Either way, however, you have to take time to document your work and to prepare invoices for submission to the attorney and client. To keep everyone apprised of your progress, it is best to submit a copy of your invoice to both the client and the attorney. As your work progresses, you should keep records of what you do, the dates on which you do it, how much time you spend, who you have met, and with whom you have spoken. These records will help you to prepare your invoices. You should always provide minimal details on an invoice, and you should never include any confidential information. For example, you should not include details of private conversations on your invoice. You can write that you spoke to or met with an individual, or read something, perhaps even performed a series of tests. You should put dates and a brief summary, but no further details, no substantive information on the invoice itself. You should submit those invoices regularly, based on how much work or time you spend. You should maintain a record in your file folder of your time and your expenses. Just allocate one or several times each day that you work on the case. Note down the date and the hours you spent and what you did. If you have different billing rates for different activities, then you have to keep track of those activities separately. Document your services in an invoice that shows the hours worked at specific rates on specific days. You should keep track in your log of each telephone call from the attorney about the case as well. When you receive a call from an attorney, you should note the start time of the call, the date, and eventually the end time of the call. You should include these phone conversations as part of your regular billings. But, once again, you should not write any confidential information in your notes or on the invoice. Additionally, you should keep track of any out-of-pocket expenses for which you might charge as well. This includes copying, binding, or printing. It's not limited to those things, though. It also includes third-party services for graphics and exhibit preparation, perhaps shipping, perhaps travel expenses such as hotels, food, taxis, and rental cars. You can take the approach that you would receive such a high wage for your time as an expert that it's petty to charge for minor expenses. That is reasonable, but you will still have additional non-trivial expenses, and you should charge for them.